Hello Taurus and welcome to Wild Wild Bestie Tarot. My name is Steve and today I'll be delivering for you a basic general reading for the period of the 27th of July to the 2nd of August. So without further ado, let's get started. Cards, please show me information for the sign of Taurus from the 27th of July to the 2nd of July. 5 cards in a row please. For mood, personal life, health, work and finances for the week. So that's for mood, personal life, health, work and finances. And on the bottom of the deck for your internal mood, we have the Ten of Wands. So for your internal state, you're feeling a bit tense, under some kind of heavy burden, and you're generally having a quite hard time with things and feeling tired. Okay, let's see if that spills over to your external mood. And you have the World. Now the World would suggest you're putting on a mask for people. They won't see the heavy burden that you're carrying. They won't see your tiredness, your pain. On the outside, you're expressing that everything's fine with you. There's no trouble at all, no problems. But with the Ten of Wands, with your internal state, it's obviously far from the case. Okay, let's move on to personal life. And you have the Five of Cups. Now this would suggest some kind of disagreement, conflict. This is likely to be some kind of minor emotional drama within the family, or if not in the family, within your close circle of friends. For the majority, I feel this will be a disagreement, an argument or conflict within the family itself. You'll have to have some space from this family member or members, and it might be a little while before you communicate on a more friendly manner again. This could take a little bit of time, but I don't think it's going to be too devastating or too long lasting. I feel this will probably be some kind of emotionally driven thing, a disagreement of some kind. I feel this situation will be short lived, and the rift that develops within this conflict, this argument, will not last long at all. It will close and you'll be able to come back as a family again. Okay, let's move on to health. Health, you got Six of Wands, that's better. So with the Six of Wands, you'll have plenty of energy, strength, and good health. So physically, you should be doing quite well this week. However, I feel that there will be, of course, some emotional hardships, can I say. You have less emotional energy, but physical energy, you should be fine. Okay, well, at least with your physical health is looking good. Let's move on to work. And you have Judgment. Now, Judgment, there's likely to be some changes at work. Maybe there's some changes you have to make in your home life as well. Maybe this is what's affecting your relationship with family. This could be some change in hours, some change in work location, but it's definitely a change which is going to cause you to also change your daily routine, maybe how you interact with family, everything as well. It might be a case of going from like a day shift to night shift, for example, or maybe you've even decided to leave this work in search for something else. But there's definitely some rather radical change in regards to work and careers. It could even be you're taking a break. Give yourself a rest from this burden that you're carrying. In fact, this is where the argument can come in, where this disagreement can come in. Because inside you're feeling this heavy burden. You're weighed down, you're tired, you're struggling. But on the outside, you're showing everyone that everything's fine, everything's cool, great. So when you have to take a break from work because of this heavy burden, your family don't see why this is. And that's maybe where the disagreement comes in, why the argument starts. This may be something to consider. If you're currently searching for work, the judgment card would suggest that the search is over, so you have found something, but you might be in a stage where you're yet to actually start. So you won't actually start working this week, but you may have secured the actual position itself. Okay, let's move on to finances. And you have you have the 8 of Wands. So with the 8 of Wands, it would suggest you've got no problems with finances, there's no issues, your money's coming in, and all the payments are being made with no trouble at all. Basically, everything's flowing well, all going to plan. Again, really no issues at all with regards to money this week, which is fantastic. Okay, so that's a quick overview. So again, your internal state shows that you're under a heavy burden, but the external state of the world card, you're showing it. You're hiding it from everyone. No one can see that how much strain you're under, and with potentially taking a break from work here, there's certainly some changes for sure. Though he just suggests that's probably the main issue regards to disagreement with home life. Health-wise, physically they're looking great. Definitely a question over your mental health this week. You're probably feeling very tired and fatigued, mentally at least, judging by the 10 of Wands and the internal state. But thankfully with finances, everything's looking great. Okay, let's take the cards again and see if we can find you a card of advice. So cards, please give a card of advice for Taurus for the period of the 27th of July to the 2nd of August, please. So that's the 27th of July. Sorry, dropped a card. Let's continue. Yes, so one card of advice for Taurus for 27th of July to the 2nd of August, please. One card of advice, please. And we have the Lovers. So the Lovers is primarily a connection between two people. So as advice, it's a case of trying to find a compromise to situations with others. Trying to avoid a conflict and come to agreement about the situation. Obviously this situation with the 5 of Cups here, it's going to be a very difficult task, especially with the 10 of Wands as your internal state. You're fatigued, you're struggling under the heavy burden that's been placed upon you. So to find that compromise and come to agreement without it going to an argument, without coming to conflict, it's going to be a very heavy task for you this week for sure. So be mindful in your communication with others, especially around your closest friends and family. Try and avoid this situation from developing into something which you may regret later. Those that are close to you, you obviously seem to be hiding the truth of your burden from them, and this could very well be a mistake. You may be trying to do it to try and save their feelings, but in the long run, it's not going to work. But you need to take off this mask and show them what's going on without causing a conflict as well. And certainly a very mixed week for you this week, Taurus. There's obviously a lot going on. There's some negatives, but you have some positives too. And I hope it all plays out in the best way possible for you. Well, Taurus, I hope this reading was informative and maybe give you some forewarning on what is to come. So maybe you can avoid this conflict. However, remember this is just a general reading and may not resonate with everyone. If you'd like a personal reading, the email to contact me will be in the description box below this video. Please keep an eye out for my lucky one card All Signs monthly reading for August. It will be posted in the coming days. So please like, subscribe, and comment on this video, and I hope you will pay me a visit on my next video. Until then, goodbye for now.